I'm Shauna from Island Skin Solutions. If you're looking for an alternative to waxing and shaving, we have a solution for you. Our laser hair removal offers long-lasting, safe, and effective results. This month, we're offering 15% off of our laser hair removal packages, which are already buy 3, get 1 free. If you're interested in laser hair removal, contact us to set up your consultation today.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical-grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
The president with a message to Iran. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. President Trump says it's time for peace, calling U.S. strikes on 3 of Iran's nuclear sites a success. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chair General Dan Kane.
As the president stated last night, the remaining bombers then hit their targets as well, with a total of 14 MOPs dropped against 2 nuclear target areas. All 3 Iranian nuclear infrastructure targets were struck between 6:40 p.m. and 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time.
It was the first time in U.S. history that the massive bunker buster bombs were used in a combat mission. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Iran must have known the attack was only a matter of time.
What we want now is to ensure that Iran never has nuclear weapons. If what they want is a civil nuclear program where they have power plants like a lot of other countries in the world have, they can do that. That's the deal that's been offered to them. They rejected it. They played us. They tried to play us, I should say. They wouldn't respond to our offers. They disappeared for 10 days.
Many Democrats and some Republicans, however, are saying that the president overstepped his authority.
What I think should have happened here, right up front, is him coming to Congress and asking for authorization to do this. That's the constitutional approach to this.
Arizona Senator Mark Kelly on NBC's Meet the Press. There are calls for articles of impeachment to be drawn up. So far, Iran's response has been to launch new attacks on Israel. Fox's Trey Yingst.
An Israeli military source confirming to Fox News that around a dozen locations were hit inside of Iran today by Israeli airstrikes. This follows a ballistic missile attack that targeted Israel early this morning. Nearly 30 missiles soaring through the skies of this country in response to those American strikes overnight targeting Iranian nuclear facilities.
The President and Defense Secretary Hegseth warning of more strikes. America's listening to Fox News.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
The U.S. attack on the nuclear sites in Iran receives praise and criticism from lawmakers. Fox's Chad Program with the latest.
Republicans were leery of getting involved in another conflict overseas. In fact, President Trump campaigned against foreign wars, but the president's allies on Capitol Hill say the president needed to act. But most Democrats say Congress should decide matters of war and peace, not the president. Democrats suffer from political PTSD after Congress voted to go to war 2 decades ago. Tim Kaine will compel a Senate vote this week on if the U.S. should be involved in Iran or cede power to the president.
And, of course, this comes as the president warns of more attacks if Iran does not make peace. A potential mass shooting thwarted in suburban Detroit. A gunman has been killed by a church security guard. Police officers responding to Cross Point Church in Wayne this morning, finding one victim shot in the leg and the gunman dead. They're asking people in the area to avoid the area. A protest broke out over the upcoming NATO summit in the Netherlands. Hundreds of people took to the streets of The Hague to oppose the planned increase in defense spending and the ongoing conflict in Gaza. It strikes against 3 Iranian nuclear sites. The city is hosting the meeting of world leaders this week, with discussions expected to begin on Wednesday. There's a new way to get around Austin, Texas, after a driverless Tesla Model Y was spotted traversing Austin this morning. CEO Elon Musk on his social platform X says Tesla's robotic taxi would start today, and rides will be a flat fee of $4.20. I'm Daria Albinger. This is Fox News.
It's the Will Cain Show. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss a show. Get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's a brand new day in the Marianas. Coffee's hot and we're full of promise. So say it on the genie and feel the glow. We've got the stories you wanna know.
Good morning, Marianas! Woo! Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Hey, it is 7:41 here on a Monday, and what a weekend that was. Do you think something happened? Was it big? Was it scary? Are you still wondering what the heck's going on? Yeah, you're like the rest of the world. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Monday morning, 7:42 here in beautiful Saipan, and the weather here is outstanding, which is more than what we could say for the folks up in Tinian, or sorry, not Tinian, Pagan. Tinian, you guys are just fine. Let's tell you a little bit about what's going on. It's 82 degrees out here in Saipan right now. We're looking at partly sunny skies with a high near 88. A nice light wind out of the southeast, 7 to 11 miles per hour. Looking at some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Sunday. No, it's Monday actually. But we're looking at some scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight And for the next couple of days, mostly cloudy, though, with a low around 76. Winds out 7 to 9 miles per hour, but the chance of rain, 40%. It's going to be raining for the next couple of days. And we can tell you a little bit why that is, and that's because there's some storms going on up north. But really, for the next 3-4 days, we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms. And why? It's because Landon. It's Landon's fault. You hear us, Landon? No, it's not. Absolutely not. But he's definitely given us the heads up because the Joint Typhoon Warning Center over there in Guam has told us that things are looking a little rough up north of us. This is up in north of Pagan. You can see my face blocking off the wrong spot of that. Hold on, let me see if I could make that a little bit smaller. If only I could easily make myself that much smaller, it would definitely help a little bit. Certainly around the waistline, probably what I'm looking at. There you go. Tropical Depression 2 West is what we're looking at. That is starting to form. Is it a typhoon that's coming our way? No. You're fine. Relax, Elizabeth. And if your name's Elizabeth, I'm not talking about you. Here we go. This is what it looks like as of the overhead satellite view. It's not like some super focused storm, but it is officially a tropical depression there, and it's making its way north. This is what the forecast is based out of the folks over at the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Right now, you see that it's still way north of us. It's not even going to come anywhere near us. But you want to look at the lowest part of that, where the little grid lines start. That's the closest to where it's at the moment. It doesn't look like it's going to be turning into a typhoon for a little while, but even when it does, it looks like it's going to be heading toward Japan. Again, that's north of us. When you end up looking at that image there, if you look at the top left corner, you can barely just see it. Maybe if I lower it down on the screen a little bit. Let's see. Can I do that for it? Yeah. Here, let's do that. There, you can see up the top left screen this satellite image capturing some of Japan. Just to give you an idea of how far north it really is. So it's not like it's coming our way. It's not like it's coming right for us. No, it's still plenty far enough away where it's not going to be affecting us, except for the fact that's where our weather is going to get a little bit sketchy for us for the next couple of days. So that's what's going on over there in Stormland. Thanks a lot, Landon. It's all your fault. No, it's not. We know. Anyway, we are looking forward to, we're going to have Landon on. He's going to be on the show this week. It's going to be later. He's not coming in special for this because there's nothing going on for this. But he is going to be coming on the show later this week. Hopefully by that time the weather will be better and we'll give him all the credit for doing that for us, for sure. Anyway, but the weather thing's going on over there. So this is what he posted yesterday. He said, hey, Sunday afternoon. Oh, and of course it disappears like right when I go to look for it here, right? Let me pull it up again. What he ended up posting yesterday to let us know about this, he's like, ooh, tropical cyclone formation alert. It was issued yesterday. It's called Invest 95 West, north of Pagan. It said Joint Typhoon Warning Center upgraded a weak tropical disturbance, Invest 95W, to a high potential for development into a tropical depression within the next 24 hours, which it is now because it's 2 west. I said this small, weak developing disturbance poses no threat to Guam, Rota, Tinian, or Saipan, and it's located well north of Pagan and is expected to track northwest in the coming days with steady development. Monsoonal wind flow will develop along the southern periphery, bringing gusty southwest winds, southwest and west winds, showers and thunderstorms to the islands of the NMI, particularly in the vicinity of Pagan Island. Hey, folks over there in Pagan, I know you guys have the interwebs now up there. I heard you guys are all fancy and stuff. Well, since you are all fancy and stuff, we just want to say, hey, try and stay dry up there while you can. I don't know what kind of good housing you've got up there. I know a lot of folks have, I know there's at least a really good facility built by the mayor's office, and I hope that those guys stay nice and dry while they're up there. What the hell was that? Did you guys hear that? Holy crap. I don't know what it was, but it was something. Holy cow. Man, we got all kinds of stuff going on over here. Now I got to find out what the heck that was. Anyway, not worried about it just yet. Hey, you're tuned in, by the way, to Good Morning Marianas, your number one morning show in the CNMI. Holy cow, can you believe it? It was what started in the spare bedroom of our house back there in San Vicente way back when is now the CNMI's number one morning show. Holy cow. I can't believe it. True story. And I see that it's, she's saying the YouTube's buffering. You know, YouTube is always going to be a little bit slower for us. I can't tell you why. I just know that it is. Dispensa. Unless we just go 100% to that. And you know what? I'm seeing what's going on the main screen right now. It looks like there's a little choppiness. And you know what? I know what that's all about. Hold on. I got an idea. I'm going to have to do something a little bit different for you guys. I think what I need to do is to turn all three of those things into one. But anyway, here, let's do this. I'm going to do a couple of things that are going to make it pretty easy for you. Hold on one second. We're going to do this, and we're going to get rid of that. And I think we're going to get rid of that. And let's see if it's a little bit smoother now. Let's just find out. I feel like it's going to be. Give me a couple of seconds here for technology to catch back up with us. I'm waiting for it to hit the main screen. I think I just have high ambitions and too much going on. Let's just see if it works out when this pops back up. I see that it's speeding up. It's catching back up. You know, what it is that big thing that we had on the side of the screen there, that sped things up a little bit. I had 3 separate videos going on. I need to, when we get off the show, I'm going to totally just convert that into one big video so it's only one graphic going on at the same time, and we'll be fine. Yeah, I know. But I got all excited because we are going to be your home for live coverage of the Pacific mini games. Yes, we are going to have the games coverage live right here. Now, we probably are not going to do every single game and every single sport, but for the big ones that you guys are really looking for, we will have. And then we'll end up doing we'll do a lot of replays and the clips of the events and sports of our guys. So, like, for instance, like the swimming heats and stuff like that, you know, it's only going to be so many minutes that they're actually going to be swimming for some of these, right? For like the 100s, it's going to take less than a minute for these guys to do the 100s. For the 200s, a little bit more, you know, like, and for the longer swims, we'll be able to show those clips individually. But we're going to be your home for all that fun stuff because that's our deal. Yes, we can still cover the news too, don't worry. But we're going to capture all of that stuff for you as we go. Man, let me do this. I want to make, at least I can make this a little bit bigger now. Whoa, it is a lot bigger. Wapow! Because I got the other ones off because it was slowing it down. Anyway, but we are going to be your home for the games, and I can't wait for it. Let me see if I can't do. I got a plan. You got a plan? Yes, I got a plan. Hold on. Let me see. Main games. And maybe I can just work on this stuff during the commercial break. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited about being able to bring this stuff to you guys. So we started doing this for the marshals, for the micro games, and it worked out great. We got a lot of folks from throughout the entire region who are watching. In fact, we got so many views from Hawaii. I mean, it was awesome to see all those folks out there watching. I was pretty stoked to see it. And now we're going to end up seeing, now we're just going to see more of the other stuff. Here we go. Let's see if I can't do this. 1 second. I got to creep this one over a little bit. I'm going to give it the same kind of dimensions if we end up doing this, if we bring this thing over. Yeah, there we go. It's going to be a little bit more. And then for this one, so at least it's going to be uniform when I make this little switcheroo here. And for this one, I'll close that one out. So like, boom. Now it's covering up a whole bunch of the screen. A day. But that's what you're going to get. We are going to have the your games, your sports, your whatever. If there's something that you definitely want us to cover, if there's something you're looking at, all right, no problem. For baseball, guaranteed, we're going to be doing it. And cool thing is for us, we're operating on the same time zone. So that's pretty dope. So it won't be hard for you to watch it. You don't have to worry about trying to find it or anything. We've already been talking with all the folks from the games from Palau. So big so long to all the folks over there in Palau for helping us out. The whole games organizing committee been working with us for a little while now, and we're very thankful that we're able to put all this stuff together. So again, anybody could do this, and they don't. So no problem. We're going to be that for you. And I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I'm glad YouTube's looking better too, and thanks so much. If it wasn't for you bringing that up, by the way, then I wouldn't have noticed that everything was glitching. The way it is having too many of those moving graphics on the screen at the same time puts a little bit of a dent into the performance of the software that we got. So I thought it was. I gave it a test yesterday. It just wouldn't handle it. And that's it. The test we did yesterday, it lied to me. It was a liar. Anyway, hey, I want to say hey to all you guys who are tuning in this morning. Good morning, Louisa, who's letting us know about the big send-off going off tonight. We're going to be there live as well. We're going to bring you the big send-off ceremony from the added gym. The governor's going to be there, Lieutenant Governor, they're going to be there. Why is that so cool? Because all the athletes who are going to be going to the mini games are going to be there as well. So we're going to be there to bring you that presentation. Good morning, Connie Park Baza. You got up early this morning again. Wait, thanks so much for being here. Emily, thank you so much for tuning in here. She's like, wait, you didn't say my name. Well, it's because it's hard. It's really pretty easy. Okay, it's fine. Good morning, Emily. Naraya, oh, did I say that right? I think the CH is silent, right? I think that's it. I think I nailed it. Let me know if I got it right. And good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And yeah, I saw Facebook was buffering too. It was just the audio, I bet, was perfect. It was just the video picture that was all glitchy with all this stuff. So anyway, good morning to you guys. DPL, thanks. Good to see you guys in the house. Man, John William, Lesser Mwemwai, great to see you. Thank you for jumping in again this morning. Aw, Lou Aldon is back in the house. Remember before she didn't used to be an Aldon? She's all Aldoned out now. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. John, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you, John. Great to see you. John Wickus. Also, PJ Victoria, all the way out there from the west coast of the mainland. Great to see you this morning. Loy Atalig, buenas lesor. Great to see you as well. And Joshua Brazel, the man, the myth, the legend. Dude, I tell you what, we have a list of things that the kids have put together for a bucket list this summer vacation. And one of the things was stargazing. And so we gotta link up and find out like when one of your nights are gonna be so we can go. And I've got a spot. I'm telling you, I almost feel bad telling you about this spot because I don't want everyone to go to it. It's good enough where it blocks the light pollution. The sky is so clear, can't help the clouds, but at least all the light from Saipan doesn't mess with all your shots. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's what we got. Oh no, I gotta move something over here. Let's see. Kapow, I just noticed that. How's it doing now? Now if I do this, there we go. It needed that a little bit. There we go. Anyhow, so that's what we got going on for there. Let's keep going with everything that we've got going on this morning. But anyway, we want to link up and try and do one of those, whatchamacallit, see if we can't get together and do that stargazing event that the kids really want to do with you guys whenever you've got the next one coming up, because that would be awesome. All right, should we get into some of the headlines that we got going on? I am down for that. Let's see. I'm going to have to pull up a couple of these things again. We covered this case, the court clerk who got convicted of sexual assault. It's awful. I don't even like talking about it, but some things you got to. And we listened to the case and everything, and you saw the emotional reaction from the woman involved who is the victim of all of this, and it was really difficult to watch. But there was a lot of things that weren't said, and you're not sure how it went, but the jury definitely did. They convicted him. Well, now he's trying to get his case redone. He said there's new evidence that came into court, and it's all around a conversation between the victim's coworker and herself. And she said that the defense is trying to say that the victim lied when she testified at the trial. So I'm curious, that's going to happen today at 10 o'clock. I don't know if they're going to present the evidence, but I know that they're starting and talked about this. So we're going to hear about this. Apparently, we've got this judge who, because everybody else is conflicted out. So they've got this other judge in here. Hold on, let's see. It says that it involves a person with personal knowledge of relevant conversation sometime after the event occurred, and it was before the case was in the news between the victim and one of her coworkers who had been assisting the judge during and after the trial. And so we're going to hear what happened. We'll hear it. He said no information, and the public defender's involved in this too. And we're going to find out how this goes. I'm really interested in it just because of what went down. Now today, so that's going to happen today at 10 o'clock over at the court. And so, we can't broadcast that stuff. Although we have met with the folks from the court about the possibility of broadcasting at least really big cases, the ones that people are really interested in, to see if we can't bring more transparency in there. Speaking of transparency, there's another Senate Gaming Commission meeting today at 1 o'clock, and that's going to involve the Lottery Commission. And so we'll find out if, we're going to bring it to you either way. We're going to find out if they try to not allow us to bring you that, if they're not going to bring it live again, because it was really, I can't tell you how disappointing it was any more than we showed you last week when that stuff happened. And they started the live broadcast and they turned it off because with the senators who were involved with it said that, it's at the discretion of the committee chair. And the committee chair said that it was the senators who asked her to not have it live. And they said it was, to make the casino commissioners feel more comfortable, but the casino commissioners didn't ask for it. And by the way, it's public. So what are you going to do? Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can't see what we've got on the old schedule here. But we are definitely hoping to bring that to you today because we think it's important to bring that whole story to light. We want to bring you the whole thing. Now, they have posted after the fact that Gaming Commission stuff. Hold on. But there's no reason, for the sake of transparency, if they're going to be about transparency and openness and letting those folks know what's going on, if there's a public meeting, it should be absolutely aired. If it's a public meeting that's happening live in the Senate chamber, public meeting. There's zero reason. And when you got the same IT guy who's running the broadcast, he's also recording it and standing there the whole time. It's not like, we couldn't afford the extra overtime or something like that. Or somebody called. No, the guy's doing it. You could do them both at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, we're not, look, it's the people's chamber. It is the House and the Senate. That's ours. We pay for them. And we pay for them to do the right thing. When they don't do the right thing, we got to be the ones who are there. And that's it. But it's no big deal. They could do that anytime. They've done it before. They've done it before. How many times have you gotten in trouble and heard, well, is that the answer? You could say, like, well, that's how we've done it in the past. No, you're not. That's not supposed to be the right answer. Right? Isn't that the thing? That doesn't count. That's not the right answer. You could still do it the right way. All right. Anyway, hold on. I wanted to pull this up because I thought this was interesting. You know, we had the meetings with the Department of Defense last week, and there's going to be more happening today for sure. Hold on. Let me pull this up because I want to give you guys a little bit more of the update because we posted this stuff before. And I want to get it up there again. But whenever DOD is in town, they want people to attend. So today and Tuesday, they're going to be at Tinian Junior Senior High School over at the cafeteria. They're doing those EIS meetings, the revised draft environmental impact statement to support land-based expeditionary ground and aviation warfare training for all service components within lands leased by the military on Tinian. So that's going to be happening today and tomorrow, 5 p.m. at the Tinian Junior Senior High School cafeteria, right? The home of the stallions. Wild stallions? No, Bill and Ted, relax. We're talking about the actual, just the Tinian stallions. That's going to be going on. If you want to hear it for yourself, you can either go to Tinian or just hang out and wait till Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday and Thursday, they're going to give those briefings here in Saipan at 5 p.m., and it's going to be at Crown Plaza. So you're going to be able to hear that directly. In fact, do I have that? I think I do. Bam, I do, but look at this. I'm immediately getting my face squished on here. So let me go to this part, see if I can't put it up over here. CJMT. And yeah, and then I have to move over this way, I think. Or I could just shrink this a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. All right, there we go. Now I'm covered by everything. But that's it. And then, so that's going to be Wednesday and Thursday this week, 5 o'clock at Crown Plaza. You can catch it yourself, the CJMT updates that are going to be happening. So you're going to hear it for yourself from the folks from the military. Now, if you don't want to go, but you have comments of things that you want, you can write it ahead of time and you can submit it. Now, you could do it through that QR code, and that's probably the best way. Now, you could submit it in person, you could do it on their website, or you could do it even if you want to do snail mail, and the address is on there. CJMT Project Manager, Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command, that's NAVFAC, Pacific, care of AECOM, 415 Chelon San Antonio Road, Suite 112, Baltej Pavilion Building, Tamuning, Guam, 96913. It says written comments must be postmarked or submitted electronically on or before August 20th, so you got some time. To be considered for the preparation of the final environmental impact statement and National Historic Preservation Act, Section 106 process. Now, here's the thing. If you want your comments to count, you can't just say, I don't like you. You can't just say, I don't like you. You basically got to say, here's what I don't like about it. Because they're asking for real deal comments about the environmental impact statement. And that's an important deal. Like, if they, in fact, here, let me do this. I think this is maybe a better idea. And move that up the chain. Kapow, kapow. There you go. Ooh, geez. So you guys can see it a little bit better. You want to make it so that, here, I got to move over this way again now. Anyway, we'll figure all that stuff out. Because if it doesn't pertain to the EIS, they're not going to take the statement. It's not going to count toward it. I mean, they're saying, hey, here's the list of everything that we say is going to be affected by it. If you're going to say, so the history and colonialism and blah, 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 that has nothing to do with the EIS. You could say it, but they're trying to be productive. The purpose of this is to get stuff done. CJMTEIS, Kapow, We're going to just pull up the website right here. So it's not saying your opinion isn't valid. It is totally valid, but it's just not going to count if you don't stick to what they're actually looking for with regards to the environmental impact statement. I mean, that's really it. That's what they're going for. Here, let me open this up for you guys in case you forgot. Yeah, Brad, you're just discounting. No. What you say matters. But the thing is that for this, if you want to say something that actually contributes or speaks specifically about this, that's how to do it. Just winging it, saying, you guys are a bunch of jerks. Okay, you can. It just won't call. Freddie, saw your message. Okay, I will call you after the show. Deal. Sounds like a plan. All right, and we will do that just fine. So this is it. Read it. If you're just coming, again, if you're just seeing it now and you haven't looked this up, I got to tell you, there's a lot of stuff in there. There's so many things that are in there. It is a big ass bunch of stuff to read. No question about it. You might not get to all of it before tonight or tomorrow if you're in Tinian or the day after, the next couple days in Saipan. It's okay. You got until August 20th to get your stuff in there. All right. And you can, if you look at the website right here, you could download it. We've already talked about it. Right. And look at all that. And it's in different languages. English, Chamorro, Carolinian, the 3 official languages of the CNMI. It's really good that they got that done. They are going out there for you to try to do all that stuff because they do listen. No, they don't. They're just terrible bitch of jerks. Okay. Easy. Samantha. I'm just saying, you don't have to agree with it. I'm just telling you how you can get the most out of this process if you stick to the facts. It's not going to be an argument where you bring up that one time when you were looking at a girl in 2017. No, they're not looking for that. They're looking, look, here's the revised Joint Military Training EIS, Environmental Impact Statement, for what they got planned for here in the next 10 years. Read it, take a look at it, and say what you want to say about it. That's it. And you can see what they're looking at. They got stuff about public access to the northern part of Tinian, the noise, biological resources, water resources, and utilities, what they plan on doing with the cultural resources, the whole MLA, which is the military lease area. We could just start taking a look at some of these different things. And this one, here you go. And some of this is easier to digest than others. Some of these are, some people are more familiar with this than others, for sure, right? People who are just coming to the table on this, you need a lot of catch-up time on it. But this is it, to make sure that folks from the Marianas still have access to everything they want to do in Lake Tinian, right? But there are going to be some changes. There are going to be some things that we are going to have to get used to because, again, it's public land, but it's public land that was leased to the military. And so the military really gets to call the shots on this stuff because it's theirs to use. It's ours. Bullshit. Yeah, no, you're right. I know. But this was an agreement made by the people who came before us and made these decisions. Lots of changes since the last EIS public hearing. I am really interested about that. Well, anyway, this is what's available on the website now. So you want to talk about some of these things. What you're looking at there, that looks like the danger areas for these, what you would call like small arms, right? 5.56, that's your M4, your regular, when you think of a black rifle that the military has, that's it, 5.56. And then you're looking at 7.62, that's like the 240 Bravo, which is the replacement for the M60. And you're like, what is that? That's the big heavy machine gun that you see like Rambo carry with like one under each arm, where he's not gonna hit anything other than just cut down trees. And then the 50 cal ammo, that's for that big two-handed thing that pop, 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 or a really badass sniper round. That's it. So, but that's it. You don't see anything anymore like artillery. You don't see mortars. You don't see rockets. You're seeing small arms from that spot in that maneuver range. That's awesome. That is such a win for the people of Tinian. It's a win for everybody in the CNMI, but it's a big win based on what people were talking about. People were saying, we don't want all that stuff. We don't want helicopters coming in and hellfires and all kinds of, all those kind of things. No. And it's all gone. It's just like Freddie said right there, 50 cal and below. That's it. And it's all the way up north. It's all the way up north. It's an absolute nothing burger for any of this stuff. And I tell you that from like my own experience. They can't do a whole lot of crap up there anymore. This is so much better. So much better. They're not going to be, again, what the original stuff was going to be crazy. It was going to be absolutely craziness before. I'm telling you, howitzers. What's a howitzer? That's the artillery, like the cannon, if you will. That's what they were going to do. Howitzers. Are you friggin' kidding me? That would have been so ridiculous. It basically you're going to have to shoot straight up and straight down. It's nothing. This is so nothing compared to anything. This is just, and it's not even like they're going to be doing all kinds of grip it and rip it stuff. You look at, if you've ever been in Tinian, you know how big that area is right there. It's not that big compared to everything else. And this is not like the stuff that's going on in Guam. And well, I mean, Guam's got bases. We're not having a base. We have military area that's leased, but it's not like permanently stationed troops or anything like that. They would come here and do stuff. They do this kind of stuff kind of all the time anyway. You guys just don't see it. Freddie says a 90% reduction of ranges. Yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys, we got special forces guys who parachute in or they get launched from a sub or something else out there and try to evade everything and go through the whole island with nobody being able to see people. Like for these areas, right? They do beach landings and all that other stuff to secure areas as part of these training exercises. And nobody nobody's really going to notice what's going on with this stuff in the area that they leased anyway. From the CNMI, he said it went from 14 ranges down to 2. Isn't that wild? Take a look at all this. This is all little stuff. And it's really a nothing. Now, I know there are people who are not going to want anything to happen anyway. Well, those people are going to be disappointed because that's not how this works. I mean, none of this works. You can't lease the area and expect nothing. Although, to be fair, they haven't really done a whole lot up there all those years since the covenant was signed. That's fair. So now is when the adjustment comes. And there it is. And it's small stuff. And you can see on there. And this is available on the website. You can see the address in the bar. Well, maybe you can't because it's too small on the screen right now. But it's all there at the CNMI Joint Military Training EIS.com. If you just Google search CJMT EIS, you can see it all for yourself. Yeah, and so Freddie says it right there, no amphibious assault. Like that stuff's not happening either, which also would have been really pretty cool. But it's too bad that they won't be able to do it. So they're not. And here's the most important part. Why are they not doing it? Why are they not going to do it? Because they listened to you. This process works, Marianas. It absolutely works. You had concerns. You brought them with great comments, prolonged engagement between the CNMI government and the government officials and the military. They had the conversation and it worked. That's it. Bruce says, here we go. Can you reorientate the map to face the eastern side? The surface danger zones may cause a lot of
ceasefires from fishing or transport vessels. Well, I can't really I mean, that's it. This is what you're looking at for the whole thing. This is everything that's on there. So it looks like the SDZs. Yeah, it is. So the other part is they don't do this every day. This is not an everyday 24-hour day operation. That doesn't mean that people can't go through there just because they're in that dotted area. It just means, hey, when they're going to have these events, yeah, that you're not going to be able to bring a boat through that area when it happens. And if you also notice, because it's there, Star Marianas, not going to be a problem. That was one of the big things that we were worried about, that it was going to interrupt inter-island travel. And it's not. Not anymore. Because they listen. Again, I know you're not going to be some people are just not going to be happy with any of it. Because the military is this big, bad, terrible monster. It's just terrible. I know there's some people that absolutely hate it, right? And I know. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate that point of view. I don't share it, but I appreciate that that's just how people view it, right? And so this, though, accommodates the best. This is the result of those close coordinations between the CNMI and the military, and this is the best possible outcome we would have got. No, the best is if they didn't do anything at all. Okay, fine. I get it. I understand what you're saying. I don't share it, and I don't think that that's a realistic point of view. But this is the best possible outcome for the CNMI for the Tinian Ranges. It is outstanding for what we got. They care about damage to erosion. They care about all this stuff. And even if they don't want to, they have to, because people hold their feet to the fire. Man, I'm telling you, they not only are our homegrown granolas in on it, the military, they've got their own granolas in on it. I mean, these guys are the most... you can't mess with environmental stuff when you're with the military. You just can't screw with it. If you do, you're in trouble. I still remember all the warnings about not messing with different live wildlife and stuff like that when we went through maneuver areas all over. And the military doesn't mess around with this stuff because there's all kinds of fines and all that stuff. And your regular guys... they do not want to be paying fines or getting an Article 15 over it. Freddie says, come out and voice your concerns regarding this issue. Yeah, absolutely. That's why this is important, why this is a good process, because you get that stuff out there. The only thing I would say is, again, be knowledgeable about what they're trying to do, because stuff's going to happen. That's it. The thing is that you can change this with an intelligent conversation by saying, according to this is why this is not a good idea because of this, and this is one of our concerns. Bam. And you don't have to be super articulate, or don't worry about being fancy or all that. But again, just complaining for the sake of complaining doesn't help. You got to have targeted stuff that really works on these guys. That's how that's what makes this process work forward. That's it. It's a great process for us. It works. And yeah, you can be pissed off about it. You can be unhappy about it. Do it. Let people know about it. Fine. But don't sit at home and twiddle your thumbs. This is your opportunity to hear what they have to say and ask real questions about what they're doing. If you're going to go there and say, what about President Trump with Iran? Yeah, that's what you think these guys are going to be talking about, like the stuff that's happening elsewhere in the world. No, you're going to get a bunch of environmental guys and technical guys that are experts in this, but they're not going to be able to answer questions about things that are happening in global politics and all this other stuff. These just aren't those guys. But get out there and voice your concerns. Talk to them about what you want to talk about. It's available to you tonight. Read up on some of this stuff and find out what it is. Well, I'm not going to do it because there's no way I'm going to see. Well, okay, well then you made your decision. But don't waste an opportunity like this. This is a great opportunity for you. He says, please tell me this is big enough to do platoon size live fire exercises. Man, it should be. I mean, look at the size of that. So, Bruce,
I know why you're thinking about it, because it would be great. By the way, here's a conversation I was having about with somebody. I was talking to the Sergeant Major for Joint Task Force Micronesia. And I said, if the CNMI governor could get his own National Guard unit. Right now, our Guard guys are from Guam, are from here, but they only get activated by the governor of Guam, who will activate our guys if our governor asks. But wouldn't it be cool if we had our actual CNMI governor had a CNMI National Guard unit, right? And we could train here locally. Well, this looks like plenty of space. I mean, take a look at that. Definitely for a platoon size, Bruce. I mean, look at that. You see how wide that place is at the widest. That's wider than two of those runways combined, and those runways are plenty wide. Plus, all that land space in between those two things are pretty wide too. It's not a very big maneuver place. I mean, you're not going to be the most hua place of that size, but it's almost a mile long, if not a little bit longer, right? I mean, what's the distance on those runways? I bet it's pretty close. So a mile, it's wide enough. I'd say you could definitely platoon size that for sure, depending what kind of formation you're going to use when you're going through there. And yeah, you could throw some OP4 out there, do some little movement to contact stuff. Oh yeah, but what would be cool if you didn't do live fire? I mean, for that you could do live fire. You wouldn't want to do movement to contact with live fire, but you know what I mean. But if you could do movement, you could do a live fire exercise in there. I don't know what's on the far side of it. I don't know what's all wrapped up. I don't know what the topography is in that spot. But even you wouldn't have to worry about it because you've got all those surface danger zones activated. So that you do the notice to mariners for out there. And you see that those two yellow triangles with the black dots in the middle, those are surface radar sites. So they would pick up if there were some boaters going through anyway. So I think it's big enough. But that's not really going to be what this whole thing's going to be about. But it would be cool if we could do local live fire exercises here. The local unit. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh yeah, runway's 8,000 feet plus or minus, right? So I mean, what's 5,000 something feet is the distance for a mile. So yeah, I mean, you've got over a mile of walking, and it's in terrain, right? It's not like a road march. It's all boonies. So I would say, yeah, you could totally do it. I don't think you could do it company level, though. That's a little bit too much. I need a protractor and a topographic map, and it's got to be covered by acetate. Tobot says they can use my land for the military base. Oh, wait, I can't own land here. OP4 live fire. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you, OP4 live fire. We joked about this. I'm telling you, military guys joke about stuff in really bad ways. Because we... Oh, geez. Do I really want to talk about stuff? I think it's hilarious. Thinking about what we thought about back then. Inappropriate as all hell. I know. But doesn't mean we didn't talk about it. Because we did talk about... you got death row inmates. Being OP4. You gotta... It's awful. When I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, well, how desensitized we were back then. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. But bayonet-mounted rifle drills. All right, anyway, what's cool about this? The Army Reserves and National Guard could do annual trainings on 10 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be really cool. That would be cool, and you wouldn't have to pay for all that travel to get down there for the unit, right? But how cool would it be to see a CNMI patch on your shoulder if our governor was able to activate our National Guard group. Like we had, it was all homegrown here. I think that would be awesome. I mean, the guys are already here. They just get activated by the unit in Guam under the governor. I think more people would sign up. That's my thought. We also talked about trying to get the Deers situation squared away over here. No, we're not talking about Benadu, but we are talking about like the ID cards and all that stuff, which is a really big issue, especially if you've got to fly your family to Guam to get your ID card updated, and it's going to cost, if you don't pay for anything else but the cheap United rate, family of 4, that's $1,200. You still got to drive, still got to eat, you still got to sleep overnight. There's no way you're going to get through the Deers office that fast where you can make it a day trip. So it's a considerable investment. And that $1,200 means no bags. So don't do any shopping, right? It's terrible. And you don't get any United points because United, they don't really love us. They care so much for us. All right, anyway. What's that? Okay, we could do one more thing before we get out here to take a break, that is. And just because we're still on the same topic of the military stuff, we talk about this big exercise that's coming up. And here, let me take this off the screen just because it's friggin' gigantic. All right. We were at the stakeholders meeting for the military last week, and they did talk about this RE4PAC thing, and holy cow, it's awesome. And let me see if this is it. Oh, I'm on the wrong page of my notes. Yikes. All right, here we go. These are all the heavies that are here. There were all kinds of folks who were here. The commander for Joint Task Force Micronesia was here, for Joint Region Marianas. I mean, all the heavies were here. We're talking stars, baby, stars. I'm not talking about all stars. I'm talking about the big heavies. Juan then says, morning, Brad. Wonder if the military knows they're investing in more typhoon-prone territory like Guam. Hey, if they are invested in tornado territory in the mainland, I guess they're okay with the typhoon. But I took a bunch of notes about RE4PAC, which is pretty neat. And then I found a bunch of stuff about it online. But they're really excited about it because it's going to be the biggest thing. The governor asked, actually, if there's the possibility for training, if they can use the hotels. And that's totally happening. One of the good things about having this big-ass exercise out here is that they are going to be staying in the hotels. I just saw that, Bruce. He said NTC memories, Brad. No kidding, man. I definitely have memories of the National Training Center at Fort Irwin, California. My gosh. Also, the Yakima Firing Center up there in Washington. But yeah, NTC, my gosh, man. I got some memories of NTC for sure. I got in a really good fight before that, too. It was awesome. I mean, like, I don't like getting in fights, so I never start them. But when they come to you, that's one of the things. But I'll tell you, man, I remember this guy. He was just being a little shit about it. He's one of the guys in my unit. He's like, F this unit and F this deployment. I don't know why he was so upset. But, you know, after we broke for formation, I'm like, dude, you need to cut that shit out, man, because we're all getting ready to deploy to this thing. And, you know, you don't need to fuck everybody up over it. Oh, shit, just bar my language. He's like, what's that? And then, you know, we had another quick formation. Then we went upstairs. Dude came into my barracks room, and woo, that was awesome. That went down just fine. Wow, amazing how raw those memories are. So, RE4PAC, where are the details on here? Because it was massive, like how many people are going to get here. This is about environmental things. Okay, it's the next page over because he was talking about it. RE4PAC in July, and they were talking about it. One of the big concerns was about like hazmat stuff, and they've got that locked down. They were talking about like who's going to be here, and it is such a massive project. And you know, our local leaders saying, hey, you know, we want to make sure that we know what's going on, how many people are coming, and how can we deal with all this. And you know, if you're going to bring all these people here, we need to know when, where, and all this other stuff, so that we can, you know, our resources here are limited, and we can only handle so much. And they're like, yeah, totally get it. So let's do it. Let's talk.
And so that's what's been happening. Here's some more. They're going to be giving all the details and everything to the local government. Here's the other stuff. Oh, and they're also looking at getting our local airport rescue firefighters some training for refor pack to deal with all of the military aircrafts and all that other stuff. Then they gave all their updates about all this other stuff. This guy's name is awesome. His code name is Bruiser. What a great name. He's the one in charge of the Mariana Islands Range Complex. They call it the MERC, Mariana Islands Range Complex. And he said that this is the largest exercise in 50 years. But the biggest increase is going to be happening here in Saipan. And they've been working with the local government pretty closely. The activities are going to be here. It's going to be about 3 weeks between July 10th and July 21st. And some of it is going to be different in Rota this year, and they wanted to get Rota involved, and so they are. Saipan is going to be the largest training involved. There's going to be 6 aircraft here, over 5,000 personnel. It's going to be a personnel rescue attachment as well. They're going to have a base camp outside the airport. Also, they're going to have the field over there by American Red Cross, and some folks are going to stay as late as August. I mean, if the thing's going to end in July 31st, of course, there's going to be some people sticking around afterwards. Not so bad. But a lot of good coordination between the local government and those units. Got some comments from some of our leaders saying that they're starting to see some of the positive side of the military stuff coming through. They're asking for them to be here and really participate in the 4th of July parade. So that's pretty cool. Again, our hotels should be very happy about this with all those people coming in and where they're going to be staying. That's pretty cool. They're also doing things here in the future with this. The Army Indo-PACOM integrated readiness training. Looks like they're going to be doing, again, the medical and the veterinary parts again. Remember when they brought the veterinarians out here last year and they had medical folks providing all those screenings and all that stuff? Well, they're going to be able to do that again. We also got more. Let's see, what else do we have here? And some other future things that are going to be happening in the Marianas. They got some things that are proposed, some new warehouses to be built over there in Rota and here in Saipan. Some fueling systems for aircraft, the expansion of the apron in Rota, which is pretty cool too. So all kinds of good stuff out here. But then they started talking about, bigger things like the Marine Mammal Protection Act renewal and updating everything that we've got going on out here. Let's see. These are all things that were, part of these stakeholder meetings that you guys could have, you get to hear. What else? Plan to prove. Oh, what's this one? Yeah, so that's about it for right now. But that's what's going on with that exercise. But hear more about what's happening for the folks up in Tinian tonight at Tinian's cafeteria. Freddie, I'll give you a ring in a little bit. Tobot's hilarious. I love it. Can we sell them coconuts? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Businesses better prepare to hustle and make that money when they come in. I hear you. Gloria, oh, great to see you. You said, I thought Senator Selena Roberto wrote a letter to the powers that be about deers and got that resolved. It might help to give her a call. I don't know if it got resolved, but I know she wrote the letter for sure. And it was one of the things that when I was talking to the Sergeant Major about it, I said, hey, this is a big deal, for this. So, where are we at with it? Yeah, good morning, Luta. Good to see you, too. Happy to. I love this stuff. Yeah, Connie says, United sucks, but we have no choice. They're the ones killing our economy. Yeah, they're not helping.
They're not helping. I mean, like, hey, when I went to Guam, I flew on Star. Those guys are great. So there is another option out there. But that United route, they don't even give you the miles. They don't even give you miles for your plane ticket expense. So why not? Oh, but how was that plane? Oh man, it felt like I had my own first class. So here's the cool thing about Star Marianas. I guess one of them. But when I took that flight versus the United flight, flying to Guam through Rota, you think about like, well, how much is it going to cost? Especially time, right? It's a slower plane. Well, it takes about 30 minutes to get to Rota, and it took about another 30 minutes or so to get to Guam. And but you don't have to check in as early, and you don't have to go through TSA. It's all easy. You could do everything through an app. You don't have to wait in big lines. You're out of there. And then the only thing I would say is if you have a rental car, coordinate with them ahead of time so they'll have somebody waiting for you when you come out of Star Marianas' office area from the commuter terminal to bring you over to their desk. Otherwise, you just got to walk. And I needed to get the steps in anyway, so I just walked. Even like after I checked in, they would have given me a ride back. And I'm like, no, that's all right. Let me just do this. Or after I returned the car, I'm like, no, I'll just walk over. It's no big deal. In fact, what I ended up doing, I brought my rent-a-car over to Star's office, and I checked in, and then I drove back over to turn the car in, and then they offered me the ride back, and I'm like, no, it's all right. And are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to walk. It's a beautiful day. Juan says, you want to make money, you need to do a reverse military discount just to boost the economy. I'll tell you what, the Chamber of Commerce reaches out to all these folks before they get here. And we offer them all those discounts. If you're not a member of the Chamber of Commerce, one, you should be. And number two, this is one of those things that you get for free as one of those options. So I say, fine, do it. Because, you can get them all your info ahead of time. All right, anyway. That's a lot of talking with all you guys. We're going to take a real quick break. A reminder, you can see it on the screen right there. We are going to have the Pacific minigame coverage live right here. We're also going to have the highlights. We'll have like the sports highlights for you as well. We'll clip some of those together as they happen. It's a big deal. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have great access to it. We've been working with the folks from the Pacific Minigames, the organizers and everything, and we are ready to go. I mean, we are really excited about this stuff. So we're going to get this stuff to you. Our CNMI team, you're going to be able to watch them here. The baseball coverage, we're going to do the same kind of stuff. Where we're going to try to do the play-by-play just like we did for the micro games, and make that happen. But what if it's during the daytime? Well, yeah, during the daytime is fine because this is the only job. This is the job. There's no other part-time thing I got going on. This is it. This is the job. All right. And tonight's the big send-off for them as well, and we're going to have the update. All right. So we're going to get you guys a real quick commercial break, and then we're going to get you the news from our sponsor, the news updates as we normally do. All right, guys. So don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in a bit.
Hi, I'm Shauna from Island Skin Solutions. If you're looking for an alternative to waxing and shaving, we have a solution for you. Our laser hair removal offers long-lasting, safe, and effective results. This month, we're offering 15% off of our laser hair removal packages, which are already buy 3, get 1 free. If you're interested in laser hair removal, contact us to set up your consultation today.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical-grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
In reaction to a U.S. attack on Iran, I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. An emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council today after the U.S. carried out Operation Midnight Hammer, an attack on 3 nuclear targets in Iran.
This council must call upon the Iranian regime to end its 47-year effort to eradicate the state of Israel, to terminate its drive for nuclear weapons, to stop targeting American citizens and interests, and to negotiate peace in good faith for the prosperity and security of the Iranian people and all other states in the region.
U.S. Special Envoy to the UN, Dorothy Shea. President Trump called the mission a success. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Iran must have known it would eventually happen.
What we want now is to ensure that Iran never has nuclear weapons. If what they want is a civil nuclear program where they have power plants like a lot of other countries in the world have, they can do that. That's the deal that's been offered to them. They rejected it. They played us. They tried to play us, I should say. They wouldn't respond to our offers. They disappeared for 10 days.
Many Democrats and some Republicans, meanwhile, say the president overstepped his authority.
What I think should have happened here, right up front is him coming to Congress and asking for authorization to do this. That's the constitutional approach to this.
Arizona Democratic Senator Mark Kelly on NBC's Meet the Press. Iran, for now, is still focused on Israel. Fox's Trey Youngst in Tel Aviv.
An Israeli military source confirming to Fox News that around a dozen locations were hit inside of Iran today by Israeli airstrikes. This follows a ballistic missile attack that targeted Israel early this morning. Nearly 30 missiles soaring through the skies of this country.
The president and the defense secretary warning more strikes if Iran's not ready to talk peace. America's listening to Fox News.
Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast, featuring Common Ground, in-depth talks with lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle, along with all your Brett Baier favorites like his all-star panel and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
U.S. citizens at embassies all over the Middle East are being evacuated after the attack on Iran. Fox's Jillian Turner at the State Department.
2 American citizens inside Israel, inside Iran, and across the entire Mideast region are elevated. Lebanon state ordered the departure of family members and non-emergency officials due to the volatile and unpredictable security situation across the region. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, announced the department had begun to assist with Americans providing departure flights from Israel. A lot of critics said that came way too late in the game. Americans stranded in Israel today are trying to flee by any means necessary, some crossing the border into Jordan on foot.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is chartering flights for Americans in Israel to bring them back to the U.S. A potential mass shooting during a church service thwarted in Wayne, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit.
Live stream video shows church members running for their lives, running for cover after hearing gunshots around 11 a.m. local time this morning. The gunman allegedly opened fire outside of Cross Point Community Church, injuring one person before a security guard shot and killed him. The senior pastor said the suspect did not enter the church. He said a member of the church ran over the gunman with a truck, giving a security guard time to shoot him, according to Detroit News. They also say the suspect shot a security guard in the leg. No one else was injured during this incident.
That's Fox's Christina Coleman reporting. There's a new way to get around Austin, Texas after driverless Tesla Model Ys were spotted today. Elon Musk said the robo-taxi launch today is underway with a flat fee of $4.20. I'm Daria Albinger. This is Fox News.
I'm Janice Dean. Join me every Sunday as I focus on stories of hope and people who are truly rays of sunshine in their community and across the world.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
PHI is your local pharmacy serving. PHI is your local. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
And then I'm like, this baby motherfucker better not blow up by nuclear shit, or I'm gonna go loco on this bitch. And then he blows up all my nuclear shit, and I'm like, call my generals. And they tell me, they're all dead, sir. And I'm like, assemble the army. And they're like, they're dead too, sir. So then I'm like, launch the friggin' missiles. And they're like, sir, they're gone, sir. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Bomb, 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 Iran. Bomb, 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 Iran.
Okay. I know. That's all I can say. I know. Anyway, good morning, Marianas. It's sometimes with this ridiculous stuff happening, you gotta laugh at it somehow, and that is my way of dealing with some of this stuff. Anyway. Good morning, 8:50 in the morning on Monday. Hey, I'm telling you, sometimes it's just goofiness that carries the day. And that's what we're doing today. Sometimes a little goofiness. How could you? I know. It's just the worst. All right, well, anyway, the good news is right now it's outstanding. It's beautiful. It's 87 degrees outside here on Monday morning. 8:51 in the a.m. It just clicked. And now you're all caught up. Humidity's at 72%. We're looking at partly sunny skies throughout today. High near 88, so we're almost there. Wind picking up a little bit, 9 to 11 miles per hour. Tonight, though, and for the next couple of days, it's going to be rainy, so get ready for that. But, at least for now, we're going to be okay. But tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, rain. We're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 88 and a chance of rain, 30 to 40%, growing the closer we get. It looks like 50% all the way when you finally get to Thursday. So, that's it. Anyway, guys, gals, it is going to be a beautiful day. If you're in Tinian, you can get yourself out there to the Tinian Junior Senior High School cafeteria. The CJMT folks are taking comments. It's a public meeting, and they want to hear from you. True story, tonight. And that's it. It's going to be tonight and tomorrow. It's going to be here in Saipan on Wednesday and Thursday, and on Friday it's going to be over there in Rhoda. Yeah, so you get to totally go through the whole thing. I'll let them know what you think and find out more from them about what they've got to say about all that stuff. Well, we're not only talking about military stuff out here, although it did take a big piece of what we were doing today. After the show here today, there's going to be a public meeting from the folks over at the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation. That is going to be over at their main HQ. There it is. That is what's on tap for the meeting that's happening today. So if you want to find out more about it, head on down there too. If you've got some thoughts, you want to say, hey, why are our rates so high? Well, that's pretty easy for them to answer maybe. You go through the basic stuff at the beginning, and then they're going to get to public comments right away, and then they're going to do that cost of service study that they had asked for. The audit that they haven't had, power generation and renewable energy platforms, non-net metering, interconnection agreements with rooftop solar. That was something that our Precinct 1 Congressman Vincent Cobre Aldan is pretty hot about. Then there's going to be the annual executive director evaluation. Boy, that's going to be interesting. Wouldn't you think that would go through the executive session? Boy, that's interesting. Also, then they're going to have some announcements at the end, and then they're going to wrap up. Our new chair, Alan Perez, out of Tinian. Boy, man, I love that guy. It's great that he's the guy who's out there, and I'm pretty stoked that he's there for it. So anyway, I think we're in good shape having him over there. I love that guy, man. I mean, I've known him for a long time. Just a level head. There's a reason why he's the guy that every mayor in Tinian just seems to keep, because he's just good at what he does. He's a real local talent, and they're lucky to have him over there in Tinian. We'd be lucky to have him over here in Saipan too, but he is holding it down over there. By the way, today we can see, one of the whole things that we were going for in the old email is that we got notifications about the Senate meetings happening today, and I'm just looking for the one about the meeting that's happening with regards to the Gaming Commission. I know there is a Senate session that is happening, excuse me as I yawn, but there's hold on, I'm just looking to pull it up right now, because we ended up getting this. There's a zoning, oh gosh, where is it? We downloaded all this stuff last week as well. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick over here. Open in folder and show it to you. First day special session, session call, OGA. The zoning one is a big thing. Is that the one that's at 1:30? Hold on, let me pull this up. No, that's tomorrow. Zoning is tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting one. But I thought today was the day that they were going to be calling in the Lottery Commission folks. And let me open up this other one here, and I'll show you guys this stuff. Okay. Now, that might not be what's happening, but I have it saved. Oh, how cool is that? Yeah, I have it saved on the calendar that they've got this session going on today at the Senate chamber as well. Maybe it was in the morning, because I definitely saved it, that there was something going on today. Well, you guys are still here with me. One second, let me see if I can't find it. It's all based on these little download stuff here. Come on now. And maybe I'm just getting old and having a bad memory. It could easily be both. I wouldn't worry about that part. I'll have to deal with that. But oh man, I had it on my schedule today. Let's see, what time did I have it set up for? Yeah, no, there was zoning at the Senate today. But there was something about the Lottery Commission. And maybe it's later in the week also. Yeah, or maybe not. Go back to Monday. Well, all I know is that we do have interesting stuff happening today. We got the Senate session for zoning that's going to be happening this afternoon. Yep. I've got that all saved and good to go. So we'll see that. Tonight, 6 o'clock, we're going to have the big send-off for the athletes who are heading over to Palau. That's going to be exciting for sure. Let me just go through and check out all these other little updates. See if there's anything else that you guys would be interested in before we get out here. And I'm going to see if there will be... Okay, that's the Senate session at 1:30. I've got all queued up and ready to go. There's the other one. Oh, here's just something for you guys to keep in mind. On the 4th of July, Liberation Day, there is going to be, we posted this already, there's going to be a detour for the Blue Line, the public transportation for the Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority. That's going to change just for the day because there's going to be a parade going on, and you're not going to be able to get the bus to go through there. So they're going to be using Middle Road for a little bit. So it says this is coming from the Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority, again, from our Special Assistant for Public Transportation, Alfreda Camacho Maritita. Says, on July 4th, the Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority would like to inform the public that due to Beach Road closure for Liberation Day Parade, the fixed route Blue Line 1B buses will follow a detour route. And that means southbound buses will detour through the Bank of Guam and DFS to Middle Road to Northern Marianas College. And so that's an important one. Also, northbound buses will detour from Northern Marianas College through Azterlai to Garapan. So if you're going to be heading up normal, you're going to end up going up Middle Road. So that's it. It says original route will remain as soon as the road opens. So everything, it will resume, sorry. Everything's going to be back to normal once the parade is done. But during the parade on July 4th, it's going to be different. Nothing too crazy on that one, but they just want to give you a heads up. If you're expecting to make the regular Beach Road route through Susupi, you're not going to be able to. It's just not going to be possible because the road's going to be closed. And so they just want to give you a little advanced heads up on it so that there are no surprises when folks wake up that day. Because even though while it's going to be a holiday for a lot of folks, it's not going to be a holiday for everyone. It won't be a holiday for us because we're going to be bringing you the parade coverage like we have for the previous 2 years. So this will be our third year in a row of bringing you live coverage of the parade. We won't be walking up and down and all that stuff. We're going to have the full-on production, thanks to the folks from IT&E getting us the high-speed connection so we can bring it to you. Again, we're lucky that have a great partner in this for everything that we do with IT&E. They have been so supportive of what we've been doing since we got started, and we couldn't be happier. All right, so that's about what I think we've got for you today. We're going to get ready to play catch-up with everything else this week. You can see that's what we're going to be looking at in a little bit with the legislature this afternoon. And then we're going to get our wagons circled and prepare for the big event tonight at 6 o'clock, the big send-off fun thing. And remember, we are going to have those games live for you right here on the NMI News Service. Why? Because we freaking love this stuff. Like, this is really it. Sports, games, and all that. I mean, the news is important, of course, but, you know, this is a big deal for us. Also, you know, want to say thanks to all of our sponsors who have been with us since we got this party started, and the people who have joined us since we got started. We do our best to try to give you the best value for your money if you're a sponsor. We get you a lot of views. We get you a lot, you know, people watch the show, and we want to get you the exposure that you need. And by the way, we only do these kind of things with the people that we love. We really are, we love to partner with folks that we enjoy. And so we don't have to promote folks that just give us money.
We work with the folks that we think would do good things in the Commonwealth, and we would love to have you be a part of that too. It's really easy. Just reach out to us. You can message me directly. You can message the show. You can message us on WhatsApp. You could do it on Facebook. You could do it through email. You could do it all over the place, and we'll be happy to do it. And, you know, you're going to say, wow, it's economic times like this. I can't afford it. It's so expensive. I'm telling you, it's not. It's so not expensive. It's ridiculous. And how can we do that? Well, because we don't have that same kind of overhead. We don't have to. We're not paying for tower space. We're not paying for airtime. We're not paying for an FCC license because this format does not require us to do it. But we still reach a ton of people. This show is watched 24 hours a day by different folks in different parts of the world, but definitely from folks from here. There's people working that can't see it while they work, so they're watching it now and doing this. So this is an opportunity for you to get involved and show people what you've got. And we could do other stuff for you too. Oh, yeah, Tobot coming up with the big assist there. He's like, oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I like it. His terminology was like and prescribe. I love this guy. Anyway, you guys can be a big part of this, and we'll be happy to do it. We just signed up partners, I would say partners in crime, but partners in crime fighting. Just received the signed agreement, and looking forward to bringing you a daily dose of the NMI chapter of the Crime Stoppers. And them, because we've been doing this stuff for nothing, for like the crime of the week and all that other stuff, just because we believe in it. You know, we want to help DPS get the word out about folks, and when they've got announcements and just put everything out there. And but now these guys are like, whoa, geez, well, thanks. All right, let's do it. So here we are. We're going to do it. We're going to produce stuff for them, and we're going to be airing it on the program here as well. So you can be a part of all that fun stuff. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap us up for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, but we'll be back tonight for the live broadcast of the send-off ceremony for our athletes going to the games. Don't forget, that's what's happening, and we're going to be doing them live. We'll see you guys a little bit. Thanks for making us the #1 morning show in the Marianas. It's awesome. I can't believe it, but it's true, and it's all because of you. Is that awesome? All right. You guys, take care. We'll see you in a little bit.